Welcome, guys. Can you hear me okay? Is the visual working? Please confirm in the chat. Rob Ray, Ryan Stoker, confirm the mic is operational before we start the party. Perfect. Thank you, Global Copiers. Eddie Reed, thanks for joining. Check Razor 99, Brandon Gaffey. Let's see how many people join this baby. Get your questions ready. I have the answers. Don't know how long I'm going to do this, but I committed to the 10% equity of my Venetian $1,100 event tomorrow giveaway to the Twitter people that tweeted me their bag and tag or "and we are out" shirts. So for all those entries, I will be doing the random number generator. I looked into Steemit. Yeah, I think it's like it's for gaming credits, but a little bit different. I do have some game credits. I'd probably invest in that over Steemit, but don't take my financial advice. Yes, the Vlogger game, or Scott Farkas, shout out to A Christmas Story. Vlogger game will be at Stone Casino, July 26th through 28th. They were kind enough to fly us out there and get us accommodations. Confirmed vloggers are me, Poker Kraut, some guy named Nemi, I don't know, and Brad Owen. Shout out to Brad Owen, real cool guy. Met him in real life. Looks like you're going to be too late to enter the giveaway. I put this in a vlog maybe 2 weeks ago. All you had to do is tweet at me a picture of you wearing a bag and tag or "and we are out" t-shirt, and you'd be entered for 10% of my $1,100 tournament tomorrow. We'll go over a couple questions before we go to the official drawing. Will I be playing Colossus? Yes, I have 12 bullets ready in the chamber to fire for the Colossus. Hopefully that is not necessary. That'd be maybe a 2% chance of me actually needing to fire 12 bullets of one each flight, 6 flights in a row over 3 days. I do plan on going to WinStar. I didn't go there in the past because I've heard a lot of bad stories about traveling there, and with the dogs, it's hard to leave boredom for a long time. But probably their big $1 million tournament. I will be attending Thackerville, Oklahoma at some point, probably is it this summer? Next summer? Did I miss it? I don't know. Some good questions rolling in. Keep them coming. Biggest non-poker bet I've ever made. Whew. I don't really degen on sports or table games or anything like that. I do some weird prop bets, but I usually get like 10 to 1 or 100 to 1 odds on some really crazy shit happening in the next year. So on my side, I'm not really wagering much, but I recently won a 10 to 1 bet as to whether a massage parlor would be open, and it wasn't. So that was an easy 10 to 1. Jesus 420, shout out to you. Usually one of the first guys commenting on my videos. I appreciate the auto alert coming into the comments. Jonathan, yeah. Thanks for the kind words. No reason to come rail a live tournament. It's very boring. Maybe if I make the final table, it'll be worth it, but other than that, not worth it. Marius Grimm, hi from Germany. What's up, Marius? Your boy Fedor let me down today. I did have a little action on him winning it. Not through poker shares because that's legal, but just a little side bet with a buddy. SDB asks, what is your biggest tournament score? A couple $50,000, $60,000 ones. No 6-figure plus yet. That will change in June. Mark Phillips asks, a lot of questions. Keep them coming. Moving to Vegas was the best neighborhood to live in. I would say Summerlin is first. Henderson, Anthem area would be second if you're not going to live out on the Strip. Prices are going to be a lot more on the Strip. Jung So Lee asks, what adjustments would you make for the Colossus? It's going to be a turbo, and you play every flight till 5%. So you're going to want to take marginal gamble spots and really try to accumulate and pressure other people right around the money bubble, which will be around 15%, maybe 10% of the field. And then you can always enter other flights if you don't bag and tag the final 5%. Nick Miron asks, Jeff, you should come to Montreal. Playground Pokey's a great place to play. I've heard that, and I've heard it isn't in previous years because of texting rules and the black market tournament buy-in procedure. But who knows, that could have been changed. I just don't like traveling altogether because flying sucks, and hotel and food and rake and leaving my dogs and stuff. But yeah, it seems like a good venue if there's some soft deals to play. Appreciate the support, Jesus 420. I used to play a lot in Detroit and Windsor when it was Windsor Casino before it became Caesars Windsor, before MGM was even built. Mainly at Greektown Casino. Mr. D asks. William asks, do I ever sell my share into tourneys? Not often, only if it's a real big buy-in. Occasionally I'll swap with some friends for deep, or maybe a 10% swap with one other pro that I have an ongoing 10% swap with. Just for the additional sweat and to reduce variance a little bit. Max, if you're underage, don't gamble. It's the devil. Choose a real profession like science, technology, robotics. These are going to be the future. Robots are going to take most normal jobs, so you probably want to invest in physical robots or how to build a great robot for yourself. Yeah, glad to see Kevin Hart's doing well in the 300K. Should be good for the game. Get some more recreational money in there. Area 51 Poker wants to know what's the best steakhouse in Vegas besides my kitchen. Shout out to you. Those are definitely better than my kitchen, but I'd go with Cut, Prime at Bellagio, and MGM Grand's Craft Steak. Probably Craft Steak #1. That's probably one of the best meals I had for my birthday a few years ago. How long have I lived in Vegas? I don't know, 8 years, something like that. I don't dwell on it. Steemit Billboard is a social media platform where thumbs up can get you money. Damn, I need to get some thumbs downs, getting me money for all the haters out there. That would make me a lot of money. Shout out to my haters. Hey, Daniel, I'm glad you live in Nevada. It's a hell of a state. Venetian Omaha tournament. I think that's PLO 8, the 150K you speak of, Dave Rogers. So no, I won't be playing that. I am contemplating playing the 1K PLO at Planet Hollywood this Wednesday, but due to the speed of the dealers, I don't think it'd be worth it because they have to deal out 4 cards to 8 to 10 people, and each hand could take 5 minutes each. When you consider in the rake, tilt factor, probably not worth it. I've never played at the Seminole Hard Rock, Eddie Reed, but I've heard good things. Heard it's very soft. I do enjoy Florida weather. I've been there maybe 10 years ago for some other things. Spring break. Shout out to Panama City Beach. Spinnakers, La Vila. Those are some good clubs. I play PLO, other than No Limit, Jonathan Pelos. Michael Campbell needs my chair. Yes, this is a great one. It's the Lazy Boy Gibson, I believe. You can get one for, I think, $1,000, $1,500, depending on the options. I learned a long time ago that if you're grinding online, back when Stars was around, office chairs are for fish. People are uncomfortable and they tilt away their sessions just because they'd rather be somewhere else. Pico asks, what's the plan for the World Series? Play as much as possible. Highest value events. SDB asks, were you going to play the main event? Of course, if you check my Hendon Mob, it looks like I've never played the main event, but oh no, I contribute to that 10,000 every year. Tim B asks, how do you avoid idiots in tournaments? I can't avoid them here in Biloxi. You should be happy to play with idiots. Although they're unpredictable, they're going to be making larger errors than pros. So be grateful that you can embrace the variance of the idiot factor. Mr. D asks, do I have a job? Nope, haven't had a non-poker related job in 12 years or something. Daniel Myers asks, is it harder to win hands in poker as you gain more notoriety on YouTube? Yes and no. I mean, people will say that they've seen my videos or whatever and they know how I play, but I'm not too worried about that because they don't really adjust correctly and they're more likely to give me too much respect and just stay out of my way if they know I'm a better player at the table, as opposed to go out of their way of bluffing me or calling me down light. Cardhack asks, how many WSOP tournaments are you playing this year? Could be 10, could be 20. I already bought my All-American Dave meal plan for $1,000, so hopefully I'll be there a lot. Depends if you count the Rio Daily Deep Stacks, satellites, sit and goes. We'll see. This is my first ever live stream that wasn't an interview for PokerTube. Just doing this on my channel for the giveaway. But I enjoy the questions and answers and the interaction in general. Scrollmaster asks, are you playing any mixed games? Nope, just PLO, 565, 1K, 1500 PLO events. If I'm not day 2 of something else. Tom McGowan says he's playing the seniors event at the Wynn. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Say hi to Ray, one of the floor men there, super nice guy. And make sure you get some dining from Zuzu Asian cuisine next door, tableside. It is expensive, especially for the sushi, but probably go with the blackened salmon Caesar salad. Or if you like, you know, drunken noodles or pad thai or whatever, those are good too. Is it harder to win? Yep, Omaha 8 or better, not going to play. Yep, heard it's very soft. Yep, turn up the aggression when I'm shoving 10 to 15 blinds for sure. There's a lot of money out there to win post ante, and people aren't going to be calling your shoves correctly. So shove good, you know, top hands, depending on your stack size and your hand strength, of course, and relative position at the table. Dave Rogers is talking about the high-low 8 or better at the Venetian. I heard it will be good value, and there's a good chance it will overlay because of the optimistic guarantee, but I've only heard that from one guy I was playing with. James Pitchforth asks, do you ever play at Planet Hollywood? I plan to play there in the Goliath and a few other tourneys when I'm there in June. Yeah, I was just at Planet Hollywood playing their $600 250K. I'm going to vlog about that in a couple days or so. I got a little backlog I got to take care of first. Whoa. Dogs. Yeah, the competition's pretty soft, but in general, Venetian's a better bet because of the auto shufflers and better dealers. more competent floor staff that have the procedure more down. I could give like 5 examples of things that happened at Planet Hollywood that wouldn't happen at the Wynn, for instance, just in my last visit. But, you know, maybe it'll get better as the summer goes on. If you check out my PokerTube video, WSOP Tips and Tricks, it's got a lot of views for their channel, probably 18 minutes long. It goes over the 4 major casinos and all the most important tips and tricks for food, parking, tournaments to play, structures, stuff like that. So check that out on the PokerTube channel and subscribe to PokerTube to be alerted of my upcoming live streams with different poker pros that I'll be meeting over the summer. Not sure exactly who's on. I've been trying to reach out to Montel Williams, Jason Alexander. Might be having a famous porn star on my channel in the near future. Reached out to her on Instagram, real cool girl. Give you a little look into her life. We just got to set up a date and time. So that will be on my channel, though. That won't be on PokerTube's YouTube channel. Clyde, hey, what are you doing? Come here. Oh, okay, we're good. No worries. Of course, I'm ready for the World Series. Nothing new here. Just got to beat the Heat. W2Gs, nope, just part of the game. Wins versus losses, profit, pay on the profit. Bob Kraft asked, are the daily 235s a good deal or a good value? Yes, they are. If you could not tilt from playing with some of the worst players you'll ever see, that some of them are already tilted from busting out of a 1500 or something. The lowest rung of dealers will be dealing the 235 dailies. You'll have the worst chairs in the pavilion room, but you can turn $235 into $50K by around 4 a.m. So not many other places you can do that. Hey, Duke. Say hi to Duke. What is that $1,000 meal plan? Sounds like a lot, but your nutrition is so important for your mental focus. With the limited WSOP food options, All American Dave is your best bet if you're going to be serious. They have a 600 and a 300 if you're not going to be there that long, or you can possibly buy some for your table mates or friends. Nick says, I'm due for my first 6-figure cash. Yeah, I'd bet on it. Pretty due. It's going to feel great. Curtis Smith says, hey, Jeff, just want to say your videos are fire. Keep it up. Thanks, Curtis. I put a lot of work and effort into it for your entertainment, so I appreciate the good feedback. I'm always trying to improve. Feel I'm at a big disadvantage behind some of the other vloggers because all I use is this. No cameras, no nothing. iMovie app, iPhone for recording everything. So if my videos aren't 1080p or HD drones, I guess that's what I'm lacking. But this is how I'm going to keep it for the near future because I don't have the time or inclination to go out and spend thousands of dollars on video equipment and learning better editing software. I've learned everything I've known on the iPhone iMovie app, and it still takes tons of hours editing it all together with the soundtracks and dodging copyright infringements, stuff like that. But for the $1,000 meal plan, go to allamericandave.com and he breaks it down for you. If you want to buy, you can give him cash, or if you pre-order now, you get a little discount. You can just send on PayPal. Andrew Beanie asked, how long did you grind the cash before they're going to tournaments? A couple of years, mainly on Party Poker, maybe 12 years ago, before my buddy started crushing $10 rebuys on stars and winning a bunch of money. So I was like, hey, maybe I can do that. That'd be nice. Is he focused? Focused. Yeah. All right. Have you ever played against NY Poker King? Don't know who that is. Jesus 420 asks, what do you think of the last chick you interviewed? Or if you're referring to Shannon Elizabeth of America Pie fame, she was great. 40 minutes of spread knowledge about what's going on in the vegan world, destroying the rainforests. It's always good to have an open mind and see other people's views on what the world is like and how much evil there is and what we can do to make the world a better place. Still a little blurry. I don't know why that's blurry. Focus. Whatever. Doesn't matter. You can see me. You can hear me. You're getting the info. Death stare at the dogs. Oh, no, well, I'm concerned. Boguski's a goat. Shout out to Jason Miller. See you at the Rio and all the other casinos. 10% drawing coming up soon. So let me get through these questions. I'll do the drawing and then do some more questions. I got a little bit of time here. Feel free to say hi. If you see me at the Rio, take a picture, do a little video. Maybe I'll throw you in the vlog. Wear your bag and tag or in weird out shirt, and I'll definitely recognize you. Always makes me feel good to see people wearing those. Let them know they're supporting Las Vegas Boxer Rescue. Normal size tennis ball. Yep, these dogs are mine, confirmed. You've seen them in the vids. You know, Clyde. You like dogs? You want to see dogs healthy and happy? Donate to the Las Vegas Boxer Rescue. Good boy. Yo, boss, how can I get in your action? I don't think I'm having any action to sell this World Series. Just doing swaps and selling a little bit to people that I've invested in the past. Just to lower variance a little bit. Bob Kraft, I think I've seen you in the comments before. Dave Rogers is flying in Thursday. Yeah, hopefully we bump into each other. Say hi. Let me know you've seen the vlogs if we're at the same table. DJR asks, bachelor party recommendations. I can't go wrong with a good massage parlor, strip club, combo, steakhouse. You can rent those huge stretch SUVs for real cheap. Those are fun to drive up and down the strip with. Don't drink and drive. I did not paint the sunflowers. That's just like something I got at First Friday downtown. It's a weekly art, music, and food festival. Some good deals on art there. I like the painting above it a lot more. You've seen those in the hand breakdowns, but I couldn't get any more from that artist. Miguel asks, 31, too old to start a poker career. Depends what you're trying to accomplish. If you're already wealthy, sure, do it for fun, but I wouldn't recommend it as a career. Very tough. And you got to have a lot of passion and love for it to deal with the emotional swings. Jeff Daniels, I think I've seen you in the comments. Any advice for playing my first WSOP with a 8K bankroll? Yep, all the big weekend events, Goliath, Colossus, any crazy named $500, $300, $1,000, 888 event. All those are going to be your best value. Every room is going to be packed. Lots of dead money, lots of easy money. So just tournament select and game select and stay emotionally stable through the swings. Don't jump in a cash game right when you busted a tournament because that's just not going to end well. Are my dogs chipped? Opinion on it? They are chipped because that's how they come from the Boxer Rescue, so they can be scanned if someone finds them, and it has my info in there, so they can be returned to me. If their collar's off or whatever, it makes a lot of sense. I originally thought chipped meant that there's a GPS tracker in them, which would make a lot more sense. So if they ever did run away or got loose somehow, I could just GPS them down. But I don't think that's really a product, and it'd probably be too expensive or could cause some health issues for the dogs. Peter asks, what's a good cash rate in the daily WSOPs? Anything 10 to 20%, depending on the volatility of your style of play. Should be reasonable. You shouldn't focus too much on cashing. You should just focus on building a stack that you can use to exponentially gain more chips by pressuring other short stacks and taking flips or 40% equity flips when there's already dead money out there. No, Tyler Anderson, I will not shout you out. Travis wants to know if the earth is flat. It's possible, keep an open mind, do your research, and come to a conclusion. Eddie Murphy asks, are you playing any PLO tourneys? Yep, 565 reentry, of course. Peter says, hello, puppies. Yep, they're good boys. Yep. Got a good screen name on WSOP, pretty self-explanatory. Do your research and have an open mind, and you'll figure out the truth. Miguel, you're moving to Vegas. I think I answered this, but yeah, Summerlin's the best if you can afford it. Stay away from North Vegas. There's going to be a lot more crime. Or on the Strip is good if you can afford the higher prices of condo living. Martin, Panorama. Yep. I don't see Omaha 8 exploding because it's just all the split pots and just the confusion. I think Hold'em's here to stay unless it switches to Omaha, which would be better because of the gambling nature. I have not won any WSOP Devin Hansen. I've final table bubbled the 565 Omaha last year. Does that count? 10th place. Was chip leader with 18 left. David asks, I think I remember your name from the comments. When is the cookbook coming out? I don't see too many cooking adventures in my future. I just wanted to show a little bit of, cheap way of eating filet at home, which I kind of discovered through a little research on 2+2, how to cook a steak thread. Adrian1 says hello from Switzerland. Hello. If anybody's coming from Europe and they're having trouble sending money via wire, fees are too great, stuff like that, or the 10K limit you're supposed to fly with before you can declare it, maybe shoot me a message on Twitter. I might know some guys that will buy your Bitcoin for cash in Vegas at a slight discount or at Bitstamp rate. So might solve a problem for you and make a few bucks for some guys I know. Yep, I might be in the WSOP dailies. Zeus to God. So, say hi. I just won Tyler $20. Oh shit, let me get 10. You bet that I wouldn't give you a shout out. What do you think I am? Don't care about people. Yeah, Miguel, I agree. I'm the only one that does tournaments on a full-time basis. Some have tried, some have failed. I mean, it's pretty riveting watching 1-2 cash. A lot of crazy swings, and you might win $200 in a given session there. Bang, bang, 1-2 cash, vloggers. Let's see. No, that guy didn't win the PLO. Of course, I'm playing the main event. All right, Clyde, give me that ball. Give me that ball. Shout out to Molly Hartel in the chat. Is that Molly? Uh-oh, hope that's not the same Molly. Big Pimp and Jeff, what's up? I only follow Brad Owen, skinny white guy fraternity. That's how we got a rep. My channel's favorable. I believe I made his phrase favorable popular by mocking him in my early videos, trolling, if you will. Don't get any credit for that. That's okay. You can also check out my trolling of Mail Time, where someone allegedly sends me a 100-ounce silver bar. Some people got that. Some people really thought my P.O. box was number 187187. So I hope no one sent me anything there. Made it pretty clear in the comments. Brooklyn says that the Jesse Jane clip gets me every time. Yeah, that was a very nice surprise. I messaged, just did a copy paste quick message to a bunch of porn stars on Instagram, and she was one of the few that responded and said, "Yeah, what do you want me to do?" And I was like, just email me a video clip of you saying, whatever, check out my channel, Jeff Boski, and no problem. Send it over. Good quality. Shout out to Jesse Jane. Honestly, I didn't really know who she was until I got that clip. And then I lost a prop bet with my friend who said she's one of the top 10 most popular porn stars. And ever. I didn't think that was possible, but he Googled it. And yeah, she's one of the top 10 most popular porn stars. So that was cool. Yeah. I'm trying to get more waitresses, but they're very, what's the word, confident and attractive. And I hate to bother them because they're always working hard. They're not just hanging out. They're going to the bar, to the customers, dollar per drink. They're making bank, but they never really have downtime. So I hate to even stop them in transit in between to ask them if I can do a little video of them. Casino rules might not even allow it. And I hate to get them in trouble for that. But, if things are going well, I'm feeling confident, I'll ask a couple more hot waitresses to shout out the vlog. Or possibly they'll pretty much say anything that, I ask them to nicely. So maybe I'll use them to say some catchphrase or rip on some other, other vloggers or, shout out. I always try to keep it interesting. Wolfman asks, what made you want to start vlogging? Well, I didn't know about it till very end of last year that it was even a thing. And then I saw a couple and I was like, oh, that's pretty easy. I could do this. But I had no video editing skills, so I wasn't quite sure how to do it. But then I realized on my phone there was the iMovie app for free, and you can do like scary movie trailers real easily. And that's how I learned, because it's super easy. You just put in like 10, 20 pictures of you and your friends or celebrities, and it like does the scene and the background music. So check out the iMovie app on your phone, mess around with that. If you want to get into vlogging, I'll say good luck. It's way more work than you'd ever expect. So I don't really think my spot as #1 MTT vlogger would be in jeopardy, unless you count like Negreanu and Doug Polk as more popular MTT vloggers because they have a bigger following, or more mainstream, play high rollers, better production quality. But for what I'm doing and the technology I use, I'd say I'm #1 in experience and dry humor, dry personality. I don't know. #1 monotone. Yeah, I'll take that title. Let's see. Recreational in Vegas. I think I know what you're talking about. I think that gets legalized in the next coming months. I do eat a lot of meat, usually every night, chicken, fish, or steak. Usually eggs for breakfast. Gatsby wants to know if I ever left the country to play online. Yep, I went to Vancouver for 2 6-month stretches to play on Stars. It went well. During the day, I grinded from like 8 to 5. While I was multi-tabling, I was working hard on Match.com. I didn't know about Tinder at the time, which would have been helpful because all the chicks I met on Match.com were looking for relationships in Vancouver, and I was just a little bit too honest and letting them know I'd be leaving there in a few months. So that didn't work out too well, but I went on quite a stretch of having a date lined up like every single night for maybe a month straight. And it was a fun game, but you know, a lot of pros and cons. Sometimes we're playing with fire when it comes to women. Gatsby, I've never dated a porn star. I just went to that AVN convention that happens once a month or once a year in Vegas, and that's where I met most of them. Other than the Jesse Jane clip, I don't have any exposure to them. Although I've toyed with the idea of hiring models for upcoming vlogs to hang out with the dogs and maybe do some promotional stuff, but it's pretty expensive, anywhere from $140 to $240 an hour. And I wanted to get two at once for a couple hours, and we're looking at $500,000 for a couple hours of footage. It is cool that they would wear lingerie or yoga pants or bikinis, but I don't think I can get back the cost because I don't make anything on YouTube for monetization, because half my videos are I have to give the money to the various artists that I use instead of just using the jazz beat or the same old techno bullshit that some other vloggers use that's non-copyrighted. I try to use songs that I like that are mainstream songs, so it's real hard to dodge the copyright infringements on those. Vloggers game, July 26th through 28th at Stones Casino. Shout out to Stones Casino for hosting it. Should be a good time. Be me, Brad Olin, Poker Kraut, Andrew something, and a couple other guys are trying to get in there, some upcoming vloggers, but I don't know, I think it's gonna be 5-5, no limit. Just have a good time. Maybe have a couple cocktails, like some people like to say a lot. Let's see. WJL knows what's up. The Grand Simulators are placing their bets. I could definitely see in the fourth or fifth dimension that that's what our reality is. Just a bunch of half Asian, half alien hybrids, just throwing Bitcoin around, just prop betting on everything with like a live ticker, like a Cantor gambling app, betting on every possible outcome of this real life reality show that they have created. Time is an illusion. It isn't linear as you would think. It's just a way of ordering all of the events in our life. But yeah, shout out to the Grand Simulator. I'm not against having a top 1 percentile amount of enjoyment and euphoria in the next couple of months. I'll be able to handle it. So just let's make that happen. Explains placebo effect, Mandela effect, stuff like that. Roger Griffin says he found the Las Vegas Boxer Rescue via Google, sending them a check tomorrow. Yeah, you can do that. I don't know if you can really I guess you could send them a check. But I think their number one way to pay them is on PayPal. Make sure there's no fees. And it's Las Vegas Rescue 1111. 3 1s or 4 1s at gmail.com. Please check that out. I've linked it many times in my other videos before sending, but they do appreciate it, and it does a lot of good. You can also find Las Vegas Boxer Rescue on Facebook, showing all the dogs and all the good they're doing. If you look into Boxer Rescues, they're a very non-profitable organization, so they really need your help to survive and continue saving dogs' lives. James Forthpiz says, Jamie Staples is a cheat. Why do you say that? I don't know if I said he's a cheat. Yeah, I don't think I said he's a cheat. I just said he's fake. Fake personality, and he's been given so many opportunities to do great things, and he's just a procrastinator that fails a lot, and just talks a lot, and just overprivileged white male. Hate white males. Lou Sawyer wants me to give myself a shout out. Yeah, I shout out myself every video. Walking out of the casinos, that's why I'm overly positive in some ways, but it's real. My videos are real life, reality vlogs. Nothing is edited in my favor. I don't make up hands. Good, bad, or ugly, I show it all. Jonathan Palos asked about my thoughts about being staked. It's good if it can desensitize you to the swings, but if you're truly a winning player, you don't need to be staked if you can maintain good bankroll management and avoid risk of ruin. Binions and Golden Nuggets, wouldn't advise it. There's plenty of other better options, Venetian, Rio, or the Wynn, unless your bankroll is real small. Even then, you can play the Rio deep stacks and some daily tournaments, or just smaller buy-ins around town. Nick Hanna asks, how can you evaluate leaks? Well, you have to step outside of yourself and be subjective self-critical of what you're doing, what you're not doing. If you're playing online back in the day, Poker Tracker and Hold'em Manager was one of the best resources to see what hands you're winning, at what rate, big blind per 100. Caspi says, since time isn't linear, multiple lives. Yeah, that's correct. Similar to Back to the Future, where if you travel in time, you'll be on a different space-time line. So this 1985 won't be the same 1985 where Biff Tannen got his casino, which is oddly looks a lot like Donald Trump. But we're not going to talk about politics. Thanks, Cody. Thanks for the shout out. Good work on the vlog. 7 pros on the Golden Nugget table. Hard to believe, Jose. Depends on your definition of pro. Miguel asks, Starbucks or cocktails? I'm going to have to go with neither. I used to like both a lot, but Starbucks has been giving me headaches recently, and it's overpriced. And cocktails are pretty much just poison. At least with marijuana, you don't wake up with a hangover and you don't throw up from smoking too much. Ever try to pawn your watch at the poker table to keep playing? No, it's never come to that. It would probably take a real loser to do that. Pretty sad. Bigger drawstring on the hoodie. The one I'm wearing right now, I believe, is Eddie Bauer, maybe Old Navy. Check out Lululemon. They have really good hoodies, and Kung Fu yoga pants are my favorite, especially for the summer. That's a little pro tip I haven't given out. Go to lululemon.com, and they're breathable and reasonable for the poker table. So you're sitting 10-handed. You don't want another guy's hairy legs rubbing against yours. And you can withstand the 110-degree heat outside and be comfortable in the 60-degree chill in the Rio and look good in Lululemon pants. Great quality, great fabric, good design. They come in tall, which is a real big bonus for me because I'm 6'4". They are about $100. So on the surface, you'd be like, oh, damn, that's too expensive. But in reality, it's worth it in the long run. Also, check out the Lululemon We Made Too Much section. Get some decent deals off their already too high prices. Depending on your size, check it out. I'm not a pothead. Bad Read SDB. Rounder's best poker movie, yeah, probably. Casinos don't want you to film action at the table. All I do is take pictures of my chip stack or occasionally film a bag and tag after the action is over. And I never include my opponent's faces or likeness in my videos. I try to keep that out because it doesn't really matter. And I don't want to, alienate them for a bad play or make a rich whale uncomfortable that I'm calling them out. All right, let's do the drawing. Keep the questions coming. We'll finish it off after the drawing. You're probably kicking yourself for not buying a shirt right now because the equity of the shirt is going to be about equal or greater than the people that entered the drawing. You guys really snoozed on this one. Buy a shirt today. 100% of all proceeds go to the Las Vegas Boxer Rescue. Check the link in some of my more recent videos to the Big Frog store. You can buy them, or you can pick them up when you come to Las Vegas. Here we go. The Twitter followers that tweeted me a pic of them. Oh, I don't think I can accept any more. Let's see. What? The followers that tweeted me a pic of them wearing the shirt, non-photoshopped, and are now entered in the $1,100 Venetian tournament tomorrow. Number 1 is Pocket Maces. Number 2 is Pocket Maces because he sent a pic with him and his dog, a boxer, also wearing the "And We Are Out" and Bag and Tag hoodies. So that's 2 entries, number 1 and 2, in order of tweet Pocket Maces. Number 3 is B. Wandenberg. I could probably put these on screen. And number 4 is at Poker Pony. You think they'll care if I show their picture of them wearing the shirts? The Pocket Maces one's real cool, so maybe I'll just put that up. Keep the questions coming. Oh, here's one. Here's an official entry. You can see this. Boom. That's all you had to do. And you guys got to be kicking yourself for not getting this equity. If I ship this, that's just laziness on your part, not wanting to help out the vlog, help out some boxers. You're like buying Bitcoin at $2. Look where it is today. And there is Pocket Maces and his dog wearing the shirts. Ooh. Pretty cute. I will go to randomnumbergenerator.org and generate a number. There we go. 1 to 4. And the first generation of the number will win 10% equity of my tournament tomorrow. First bullet. Hopefully I bag and tag and win at least a min cash, so they get a nice return. Go lay down. Here we go. Random number generator. Oh, wait. That generator. Yeah. All right. Went to 3. So B. Wonderberg was the third person to send it in. And you win 10% equity. I'll contact you via Twitter. Big shout out. Thanks for entering. And we'll continue with some questions and wrap this up. I got a couple other things to do tonight. Let's see. Special ladies, nope. Do I know what Boski in Polish means? I believe someone Googled it before and said godlike. I didn't know that when I got the nickname, but that's a pretty cool translation. I can't complain about that. Maybe I am a god of the simulation. That'd be sweet. I probably know it though. Maybe I can't know it. Yeah, you get it. You could have got the shirt. Can't buy everybody a shirt. All right. Got some trolls in the chat now. Viewer count going down. Still a good like to dislike ratio. Appreciate everyone for coming. Let's give it a few more minutes. Hit me with your questions, concerns. If you're going to be out in Vegas, feel free to say hi. And yeah, should be a good summer. A lot of good places to eat in Chinatown, right off of Spring Mountain. Feel free to check them out. Yelp is your friend. Uber is your friend. Use these technologies. And yes, I am Polish. Probably close to 100%. Shout out to Poland. Oh, good question. After I win my first bracelet, will I go to the foot spa? Possibly, but probably bigger and better celebration will be order than the casual foot spa visit. What are you doing, Duke? Got to keep your eyes on the dogs. You never know what they're going to do. Shane asks if there's anyone selling action I suggest. In general, if people are selling action, it's for a reason. It kind of irks me when people sell at a markup too, because they're selling action because they can't play the events, and then they have the audacity to charge a premium for their action that they wouldn't be able to play anyway. Like you're getting such a good deal as an investor. If someone wants a 1.2 markup, if you count in the rake and the other variables, I mean, they have to have like a 50% ROI just for you to break even on your investment, which is going to be tough to do with the high variance tournaments, especially over a large package. So in general, I'd stay away from buying action unless it's a real good friend, real small piece, or you just want the sweat. But most packages are definitely not profitable. Let's see. Shout out to Dad Ain't Chowda in the chat. Seen you comment on a few videos. I heard you got into it with a crocodile or alligator. So crocodile saltwater in Florida. Shout out to all the freaks and weirdos in Florida. Favorite foot spa. Just go on Yelp when you get to Vegas. Check them out. Depends what you're looking for. Probably 100 different foot spas in Chinatown. But you can get $20 an hour for, good foot rub. That's a pretty good deal. Very relaxing. Good music, good environment, and you're helping out some nice ladies make some money. Let's see. Never seen Nemi. Never seen him in person. Wouldn't know. Tim B says, thanks for the hard work on your vlogs. Best of luck, Jeff. Thanks, Tim B. I always see you in the comments. Thanks for the kind words. Dad ain't chowda. Dad ain't chowda. Dad ain't chowda. Is that from The Simpsons? Dad chowda. What is the best strip club? Not really sure. The quality of the girls apparently fluctuates depending on the time of day and if it's the weekend. So the earlier in the day and the closer to the middle of the week will be the lower quality girls, where the closer you are to Friday or Saturday or midnight to 2 a.m., the more selection of girls and better quality you're looking at, depending on the strip club. But I think the major three would be Crazy Horse 3, Spearmint Rhino, and Sapphire. If you are looking to go that route, pro tip for strip clubs: only bring in as much as you're willing to lose, because you might just get swindled out of all of it. And just trying to have a good time. $15 beers, $20 shots. It really adds up if you're not a local. Locals get into Las Vegas strip clubs for free and usually get a discount on the drinks. But if you're an out of towner, it could be tough. Shout out to Doug. Hope to meet you too. Try to be a good dude. Shout out to Florida State University. Go Noles. What's up, Justin? Sank Awante. Still waiting on my answers. Ask him again. Oh, called you a troll. Ask your question again, and if it is a non-trollish question, I'll answer it. But I have a pretty good radar for when people are trolling and they're just trying to be negative and try to say something to make themselves feel better or get a rise out of the person that they're asking the question to. Usually I'll just delete those comments from my YouTube channel, because that's the opposite of what they want. They want the interaction. They want, they're lonely people. They're lonely, sad people that are unhappy with their own lives. So they want to put down somebody else to make themselves feel better. They're like a bully in high school, but behind a computer with anonymity. So they feel that they can get power or human interaction in a negative way. So ignore the trolls, don't engage with them, because that's the opposite of what they want. So you waste a few minutes trying to troll my channel, I just delete it. And yeah, thanks for wasting your own time. Salmon says, thanks for calling me troll. Hey, James, yeah, I'll take you up on the foot spa coupon. It's only $20, not a big deal. Also, if you're a regular, you get the punch card, you get 10 foot massages, and you get one for free. Yeah, let me know. Shout out to the Wolverines, go blue. Yeah, great football organization. Always been a fan. Went to U of M. No problem for the buying action info. Thanks for making it videos available for download offline. I'm not sure if you're trolling. I mean, are they available for download offline? Why would you want to do that? Can't you just watch them? Who doesn't have internet? Maybe tell me how to make them available for download offline, and I can do it if they aren't available already. Hashtag Broski t-shirt. Okay. Broski. Could catch on. Yep. Playing the main. They call me Taruze. Is it true that you made the min raise popular? That is true. It was in 2007, 2008, I realized the progression of sizing preflop went from 5x to 4x to 3x over the last 10 years. So I took it to the next level and just started min raising everything. This allowed me to play more hands. People wouldn't defend as correctly, and if they did, they'd play even more poorly post flop with a weak hand, and I'd be in position with the min raise to start off the action. It would lower variance. I could win more pots and get people to really spew post flop or pre flop facing the min raise. See, Sonic, you ask questions that are inappropriate. You have to think if you would answer the question in my shoes before asking it. Maybe you don't have a filter for that, but you know, you live and you learn. Yep, I'm playing the main. Crypto could be the future. Who knows? That ain't Chowda asks, when you sit down at MTT, who are the top 3 you don't want on your left? Just loud, annoying people, shady people. Or are you talking about top 3 particular people? I mean, I try not to let it get me off the game, but I guess one of my biggest leaks would be just seeing, being able to identify who's truly shady or evil, and wanting to beat them so bad I kind of go out of my way to win their chips, and sometimes it costs me. So the taking from the shady equity often backfires. But top 3, not really worried about it. I mean, most of the field of the 300K I wouldn't want on my left. So those would probably be some of the top 3. TKS, for the 3rd time, do I get recognized on the street a lot? That's a negative. Only in poker rooms or casinos. Gene says, thanks for the content. The tourneys you play are a lot more relatable for us than that of Negroni or Polk. Thanks. Yeah, I try to keep it real. These are the real tournaments I play. I don't think I've played one that I haven't documented, even if it's just 2 hours, get it in bad, drive a shame, I put it out there and go to the next one. So to the people that think I only document the good tourneys or the good plays, I put it all out there. Michael, in answer to your question, see, women are a double-edged sword. There's a lot of pros and there's a lot of cons, but the love emotion can blind a lot of males into being tricked into marriage, or if you get a girl pregnant, depending on your beliefs, you may want to, get married, settle down, or you're paying, child support for 18 years with a child you didn't even intend on having because you were drunk or, you didn't take the proper precautions. So our animalistic instinct from deep down will often compel us to go for it, but we don't see the long-term negative effects of procreation. A lot of big words there. But yeah, love is like a drug. And just like our physical state tells us food tastes good, eat food to sustain, poop smells bad, don't eat that. Just very caveman-like instincts. We are very, very excited to procreate because of the feeling of the connection, the feeling of release, and endorphins are pumping, get that workout high. Oh, back to your question. I think I could if I put more time and effort into it, but let's just say I'm not actively seeking something unless it's very beneficial for both people and there's a real connection where I'd be very interested in pursuing that person and excited to see the person every day. The girls I've met off Tinder and stuff, they're usually lying about their weight and their pics, and it's just so much deception. Shout out to the 3% women that are watching right now, but what's up with the deception? Everything's fake. What's real? Fake eyelashes, fake hair, fake boobs, fake lips, makeup. I mean, everything. We should live in a world where everyone's just naked. No makeup, no cheating, just be natural and see who people really are. If we could live in a world where people don't lie, cheat, or deceive, it'd be a lot more realistic reality. Maybe I'm getting too deep here, but yeah, just a little tangent. Feel free to comment on your thoughts on women being fake. Shout out to Abigail Ratchford on Instagram. Speaking of fake, came to the realization that, yeah, pretty much everything on her is fake. But lips, nose, boobs. Looks great in theory. It's based on the curves a man desires, but in practice, you got to realize it's not a real thing. It's not a real person. Poker strategy book? No, I think I've given too much poker strategy out as it is. A lot of my friends say I'm giving away too much info, but it's good entertainment and get some recognition for it. I think it's all worth it in the long run. Shane asks, would you push 10-10 in dealer with 22 blinds over a big over bet leader 8 hours, 6 hours into the turn? Yeah, of course. Pocket tens facing a raise, I'm all in. Come on. You've seen me play. I don't even fold ace jack. Come on. Am I much of a coffee drinker? Yeah, I just like to have a cup in the morning after my breakfast, and usually green tea with honey and lemon at the casino. Those are usually your best bets. Coffee at the casino is usually too strong or just nasty. So it's really a fine line there. Say green tea is definitely my go-to. Kratom and poker, never tried it. Yes, I believe we're all in a simulation. Google Elon Musk's simulation argument on YouTube. They'll tell you a little bit about that. Shout out to New Zealand. What's up, Aiden Rock? Glad that you love the vlog. Oh, this is one of the... hate to say it, but I'm pretty sure JRN is a troll that I banned from my YouTube channel just for their constant hate. You got to be positive. You can't just bring hate to the chat. I mean, what's the point? FMK, wow. Chowda, that's a big lose-lose proposition right there. Give me a better one. Give me some positive, give me some females that are some better choices than that. Come on. Major in college was business. Failed calculus 3 times, so I did not graduate. Doug asked how to cook a great steak, filet mignon. Covered that many times in videos. Dave Rogers said they're bluffing. Yes, that's what they're doing to us. They're bluffing us. Push-up bras, yoga pants. I mean, I do love yoga pants, but they make the butt look way better than it would ever look without such devices. I often think that the world's obesity crisis would be solved if they banned clothes. Maybe except for underwear. If everyone is forced to walk around naked all day, people would be a lot more self-conscious and work out and eat better to not be embarrassed of their obesity on a daily basis. Pretty radical idea, but could work. Tough to ban clothes though. Playing many WSOP events, trying not to make more in-depth coaching videos, but I just wanted to put out that little online thing, just see the feedback. I had fun playing that $3 tournament, and I'm always trying to improve on heads up. So without giving too much away of my own heads up game, I'd like to discuss different concepts and principles with the comments. Maybe I'm leaking, maybe someone can point out a timing tell, something to make my game better, and for your entertainment. I don't play any casino games apart from poker. That's a leak. You can't beat them, and you shouldn't do it. Justin asks, "Do you believe we're trapped in a simulation, everything's fake, or that we ourselves are the simulation?" Well, yeah, it's all, no, we're in a video game. It's like we're playing, like the Grand Simulator's playing Grand Theft Auto, and we're the guy running around with, hopping in cars, shooting guns, stuff like that. So, but I don't think they have control over us. They just kind of set the parameters in place with gravity, physics, speed of light, stuff like that, and just hit the go button, which was the Big Bang. And it's like and they got a little iPhone where they can monitor the simulation and bet on stuff like that. Do I think I'm better than Doyle Brunson at this point? Probably No Limit, but probably not in other mixed games. Shout out to Doyle Brunson. Chris Preby says, "I love yoga pants. Check out girlsinyogapants.com if you are a lover of yoga pants and you want to see more what all the hype is about." Russ Miner asks, "What's the lowest stakes you play on WSOP.com?" I guess that $3 rebuy was the lowest stake, because they don't really have much to offer. But yeah, it's pretty good structure, real weak competition. But yeah, I'd recommend playing on there when you're visiting. But it's definitely nothing like PokerStars used to be. Stack and Benji says, "Yo, Jeff, is Vegas safe place overall?" Yep. No psychos. I'm sure Finland is a happier, less degen place with probably better looking girls in general. But just get a good real estate agent. They won't be able to tell you legally for some reason what the good and bad areas are crime-wise. But I think you can just research that online. But I can tell you, just don't go to North Las Vegas. Someone suggested I do a vlog just cruising around North Las Vegas, just showing all the homeless people and all the ghettos and stuff. But that just seems too negative. I don't know. I was offered $100 to stand on the corner with a "Will work for food" sign for an hour, which I was going to do. But then I kind of weighed the pros and cons of being on some other bum's territory and getting shanked or getting arrested for begging, and it just wasn't worth it. Would have been a decent life experience, but in the end, that and all the fumes from the cars could have really affected my life, even for an hour. And it's kind of mocking homeless people. But yeah, that was an interesting prop bet I lost. $100 gone, maybe 200. If we're in a simulation, do we choose to be in it? I mean, I really don't know these answers. I can only guess. Some people consider Earth a prison planet. Not sure. Maybe we're all evil souls that need to prove our self-worth to escape from a prison planet. Hopefully I do buy one of the sweet rides I test drove. Shout out to SS and my SS. It's now 10 years old, so I am going to need a new car sooner or later. Only travel coming up that's planned is to the Stones Casino for the Vloggers Cash Game with Brado and Poker Crowd and another vlogger, I don't know. Who do you like more, Howard Lederer or Annie Duke? I mean, they're both outstanding citizens that are very ethical. It's hard to pick which one I like more, so I'm going to say neither. Yes, watch a simulation video. There's a really good one on YouTube. I think it's about 50 minutes long. I think it's called The Simulation Hypothesis. Also, go to YouTube and type in double slit theory. That will explain how a light photon can act as a particle and a wave at the same time, which shouldn't be physically possible, but in the quantum world, it is possible. So one photon of light can be at two places at the same time when it shouldn't be. Kind of mind-blowing if you can wrap your head around it. I probably watched it 10 times and I still don't understand it. No hope with dope. Scotty, Michael, not anymore. Trade, invest outside of poker. Yeah, you gotta diversify. Shout out to Ravi D. I always see you in the comments. Stones game, July 26th. Follow Stones Casino on Twitter for updates. They tweeted out the participants of that maybe a week ago. Yeah, Hanwante, Brad Owen, some guy, collab. Yeah, it's going to be all live streamed at Stones Casino. You can see how bad I am at cash and how good they are. Hopefully, I don't lose too much, but I just plan to have a good time doing it. Good promotion for Stones Casino and good promotion for all of us, all of our vlogs to get more viewers, more subscribers. Even though we don't really make money off these vlogs, we do it for the love of the game and the interaction. Because the YouTube monetization is, it's pennies on the views. Like, I think 10,000 views will get you $10, $20. Not much. Depends. I try to keep the ads as low as possible in the settings. I'm not sure what you see because I use YouTube Red, which is $12 a month. And that just gets rid of all ads on everything because I watch a lot of stuff on YouTube. I think it's a great source. That along with Apple TV, Netflix, no real use for cable. So you should probably just cancel cable. You're probably just burning money. Not sure what I think about the Mandela effect, Russ. I've heard both sides. There might have been a glitch in the time-space continuum 10 to 20 years ago where a lot of your favorite movie phrases are now different. Berenstein Bears, Kit Kat bars, Luke, I am your father never happened. Silence of the Lambs, Hello Clarice never happened. But you think it happened, so it's hard to know if you just chalk it up to humans having bad memories or there really being a problem with our reality and it's not exactly how it was in the past. What caused this, I don't know. Some people hypothesize the Hadron Collider making mini black holes could have caused this at some point. But no, probably not. Do other poker vloggers get jealous or deterred of each other's success? Some might, but I think we all promote each other in some way and grow the vlogger community. I'm not sure, but only one I've ever met was Brad Owen playing a live tournament and at the Venetian once. And he seemed really cool and as genuinely a nice guy as he seems in his videos. Justin asked if I ever folded Pocket Kings pre-flop. Maybe once or twice at opening levels of online tournament, 250 blinds deep or something when it was pretty obvious that aces. But I don't think I've ever done it live. And I don't think I've ever really regretted it not doing it live. So you kind of just have to go with Pocket Kings. Daddy Chowda says, you throwing rocks tonight? Is that a reference to bowling? No, probably not bowling yet. Maybe some during the series. If anyone wants to, bet on some bowling, holler at me. We can go to South Point. Why don't the Nevada casinos recycle? I didn't know they did. James asked if I'm looking into other occupational avenues. Yeah, some, but I'm pretty deep in the poker game, so I'm going to ride that out until I cannot ride it out anymore. Let's see. Probably a lot of royal flushes. Sankle P. Playing all the World Series events. And And I think that's about it. Not all of North Vegas is bad, for sure. Yeah. I just know that's where the majority of the bad parts are. I don't want to, stereotype too hard. What parts are hard to, bad per se, or tough to live in. My music suggests that I smoke. No, those are those tunes I like from like the year 2000, rap beats. That's when I was really into music a lot. Not so much anymore, but I just use what's on my iPhone playlist for the rap beats. Try to make them fit with the theme, or just music I like. Yeah, I've played a lot of 235 deep stacks. Plan on playing more. Gonna play a lot of World Series events. I'll be vlogging most of them, but if I'm super busy, I might just switch up my style and only vlog the ones I make day 2 in, so they're more interesting. People tend to not like the videos as much if I just lose real quick and do something else, especially if it's non-poker related. The one I went to Red Rock Canyon was one of my worst thumbs down videos ever, although I thought it'd be interesting. Guess they came here for the poker and I lost in one hand, so they felt deceived or something. I don't breed boxers. Meaning of life is to be happy and not be shady. Golden rule should apply there. Starting to lose my voice, so we're gonna end this pretty soon. Future of Las Vegas, no idea. Don't know what a continuum transfunction is. Maybe that's my inability to form complete thoughts into sentences. Is that what you're talking about? I don't know. Someone commented that I talk in bullet points. I guess that's true. That's just how my brain works. Not going to be fake like some people. But hey, thanks for joining. Big shout out to the winner, B. Wanderumberg. I'll be hitting you up on Twitter, letting you know the good news. Thanks for coming out, James. See you in Vegas soon. Yeah, foot spas are good. You got to relax, enjoy life a little bit. No fights at the poker table. Lower stakes for noobs. Oh, dude, where's my car? That's right. And yep, I'll hit you up on Twitter right now. Thanks for coming up for the live stream. Keep your notifications clicked on, however that is on YouTube, to let you know of my upcoming streams with probably some celebrities or very famous poker players in the very near future in June, if I have time to schedule it with all that's going on. Thanks for all the good lucks. Boski the GOAT, not going back to university. Thanks for the good luck at the tables. And we are out.